there in about 13 minutes on Soccer's a Kick in the Grass.
Let's call Dominic.
All right, should we call Dominic?
To hear this.
In the meantime, why don't you tell us? We got to get some of these sponsor reads in.
Well, okay,
Why don't you tell us about Leroy Discount Liquor?
All right, Leroy Discount Liquor. It's it's a cold day. I know last week I said the same thing, but I gotta say it again. The weather is pretty atrocious. It's snowing. It's cold. Maybe you might want to warm up and have a nice glass of wine, some nice spirits. If you can get out there safely, which is saying a lot.
Is it snowing pretty bad in Leroy?
Oh, I'd imagine. On the map, it looked like
it is always snowing more in Leroy. I don't know why.
If you can get out there safely, visit our friend Johnny, Leroy Tops Plaza, and $5.99. I mean, I say it every week, but I'll say it again. $5.99. It doesn't get much better than that.
$5.99 wines.
$5.99 wines.
Leroy Discount Liquor.
Leroy Discount Liquor.
And there's a Chinese place right down the street.
Same thing with Pizza Land, right across the street.
Is there a Pizza Land?
Right across the street, Pizza Land.
You can make a day out of it. Go out to the Tops, do some shopping, go next door to Leroy Discount Liquor. All right, pick up some brews, and then go get some Chinese food.
Go to Pizza Land. Good Pizza Land.
Well, if you're already getting Chinese food, John, then
get your Chinese food earlier.
I don't know why you would also need to go to Pizza Land. Just seems like a little bit of overkill.
Well, either way, make a day out of it and go to Leroy Discount Liquor.
All right. We're going to try to get Dominic Scicluna, our good friend from Vegas, on the phone.
From
Talk a little soccer. Dominic, are you there?
Yeah.
All right,
Hello,
Dominic.
I'm here and alive and ready.
Good. All right, Dominic, I did not think we would talk to you again this year, but then you had to get all over the indoor soccer news again by dropping the bombshell of trading yourself out west to the Las Vegas, the famous, the legendary Las Vegas Legends. What are you thinking?
Well, it wasn't me trading myself. It was me agreeing to somebody asking me to come to Vegas, which is the owner, Mayor Cohen, who knows what my brother and I represent. He knows what I bring on the field and off the field, and he has a long-term vision to improve soccer as a whole, and I decided to give it a shot.
And then your first game with the Legends, you guys knock off the Baltimore Blast. Incredible. I mean, I did not think that they would lose at all this year, and you knock off the Baltimore Blast 5-4 in overtime. Tell us about that game.
Well, it was quite electric. The people that were at the game were hugely inspired by what was taking place, but we had a game plan. They brought in Keeks Tovar, and myself at the last minute trade deadline. And when we got there, the coaches that were here, myself and Mayor Cohen, we decided what our plan of attack was going to be. I decided not to play that game because the guys have been training hard and working hard to prepare, and I'm a player before I'm a coach or an owner, and I know what it can be like when the new guy shows up and hasn't been here for a while. So I wanted to maintain an equilibrium and balance and a unity with the team, and then just guide them from a coaching standpoint. So we made some adjustments, and we knew how we had to approach Baltimore because the Baltimore obviously organization and team are extremely organized and one of the highest level teams in indoor soccer, and so we had to really, do some things that I'm not going to fully reveal.
Dominic, listen. The Lancers love you. The Lancer fans love you. You've become somewhat of a mini celebrity here. You got to help us out, man. We got to beat Baltimore.
You can give a little bit of advice.
Just give us a little bit.
You know what? I think you're fans, and you guys might love me more than maybe Dougie Miller. And what I'm going to say about Dougie Miller is, if you were to call him, he's not going to think he needs my help at all.
Oh, okay.
And,
all right.
and rightfully so, because Dougie has been in this game as long as myself, and I think he's 2 years older than me, so I technically would have to call him my big brother. And it's rare that big brothers reach out to younger brothers to ask for help.
That's a good point.
And so I'm going to say that you guys have, in your own eyes, you guys have everything that you need to pull it off. And if Dougie needs my help, he knows how to reach me.
All right.
Okay.
Mayor Cohen got to me before Dougie Miller did. That's all I can say.
I think that it's a good omen, though.
Vegas.
I think it's a good omen for Rochester and for the entire East that Baltimore went out west and lost twice. I think it's great. I think that it shows that they are beatable.
But
they
it
are
does.
beatable. And not only that,
and you guys listen. The one thing is I guarantee they were tired for their for their
travel.
Saturday's game. They were definitely tired because both teams really put it out there, and they were going full speed, full tilt, and I guarantee their legs were a little bit sore. So, and I'm not taking away from what San Diego did, because we all know that San Diego are, no pun intended, are a bunch of legends themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was very refreshing for myself to come in, because whenever you're the new guy in town, people actually listen with a little bit more clarity, and people were a little more hungry for the words that were coming out of my mouth. And Mayor Cohen knew that I had what it takes to just bring a little extra spice and flavor, as well as a marketing and an entertainment aspect to Las Vegas Legends.
And I was going to ask you that. Did you do your halftime show?
I did. After the game was finished and we accomplished our goal, I mean, Mayor asked me to do something at halftime, but there was already a show out there, and it was a special needs group, I believe, that was out there, and they were a wonderful group of people. We made this kid Chris captain for the day,
Cool.
And this other boy sung the national anthem, did a great job. I apologize that I don't know the exact name of the group, but they were wonderful people, and it was an amazing event. So even just from that standpoint alone, it was a complete success. And then we just happened to capitalize. The guys played amazing. Everyone did a great job. Getting amazing results has to do with getting the best out of each individual, because everyone has their strengths and everyone has their weaknesses. Well, my performance, I told Mayor that it would make more sense that if we accomplish our goal, I do something at the end of the game. And at the end of the game, I did it.
Now, Dominic, we got some intel from, not going to say who, but your arch nemesis, the Mohican warrior, Elliot Falski, may be doing some kind of show himself. We can't reveal what it is during an upcoming halftime. So, would encourage you to look out for that, because I think you may have some competition as far as the halftime shows go.
Well, that sounds wonderful, because anything he can do to outdo me is, I'm glad I could inspire someone to even do something like this.
All
Does
right.
that motivate you to outdo him back?
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see Elliot's show first, John.
When I'm only in competition with myself, we'll just let you guys all be the judges.
And okay. And the other thing, I think Elliot was a little. He did call you out a little bit, saying how could you abandon the snowy city of Detroit, Michigan, for the sun and palm trees and beautiful women of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, how could you do that?
Well, let's just say this. When some people say I've abandoned ship, I have to remind them that if you're a visionary and you have an ability to see the forest through the trees, then I just was at work this whole time and expanded my ship. I had a guy that saw what I was up to, what I've been doing. He didn't overlook it. He wasn't short-sighted. He's a visionary. His name's Mayor Cohen, and he believes and likes the product that Waza puts out, regardless of our challenges that we have in the economically booming city of Detroit, the Sunshine City. And
is it this? Do you guys get a lot of sun in Detroit?
Yeah, it's probably up to my just below my knees, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Dominic. Dominic, we love you. Hey, one more thing. Did you ever go to a Detroit City FC game? I heard that's an unbelievable atmosphere.
Yeah, I have some of my former players that have came through our programs playing for DCFC.
It's an unbelievable atmosphere. Seeing the pictures there last year, how they had just thousands of supporters there for NPSL. I think it's amazing.
Yep.
I think Detroit should get an MLS team.
The reason why they have so many supporters is because of this group called the Northern Guard supporters,
right,
and the Motor City Soccer supporters. These are two groups that kind of bring the momentum of fans and people that live in the city, and some of the suburbanites that have caught on to the buzz. And they're a top-notch organization, and yet you would hope that these people that appreciate this type of an outdoor event would want to do something and enjoy soccer through the winter. So it hasn't quite translated into them coming to support our games.
Not yet.
We do have a close relationship with the guys that are in charge of those groups, and we're actually all friends. And it's just they have really busy lives. And last year they came out. We supported their hooligans, the Wounded Warrior Project with them, and basically we're hoping to continue to develop our relationship with them.
I'm sure it'll come.
What's that?
No, I'm sure it'll come. I mean, I think it's only natural to have the two teams work together. Dominic, we got to let you go. We have another guest coming on.
Sure.
Thank you so much for joining us again.
Yeah, thank you for clearing the air with that.
We love having you on every time. And good luck this weekend with the Legends.
Actually, I love being on a show with a bunch of characters that love soccer, and may you guys continue to spread the awareness, and may more people follow your show. Send me the link. Obviously I'm on the social media at Dominic Waza, but now I have to put in their hashtag Waza Legend.
I like it. I like the Waza Legend. All right, that is the legendary Dominic Scicluna. Dominic, thank you for joining us. Ryan Schofield from the SCO Zone. Do we have you on the line?
How's it going, guys?
All right. Hey,
was my line active that entire time?
It was. Yes. It was. Our technology.
Wow, I wasn't talking out loud.
I know. I was hoping you weren't going to. The technology is not there yet, where I can actually put you on hold where you can't talk. But yes.
That's fine. Yeah. Oh no, what's the Vegas thing got going too? I was especially thinking to myself. But before we go, is there any standards of decency I have to adhere to?
Yes. Be decent. Let's
abide
by the FCC
try and
guidelines.
Keep the F bombs down.
Okay, that's all I didn't know. I call on the local radio shows a lot.
Okay,
so I'll be able to. I'll get in that gear of mine.
So, John, Theo, this is Ryan Schofield from the SCO Zone. It is another sports podcast that is on our network. We are now officially on rockpodcast.com.
Yeah.
That's an announcement for today.
ROC podcast, neither here nor there. Whatever
is that a thing? Is that a thing that I should know about? It's ROC instead of rock?
We had a little preview sound file before the things that we say it is ROC, but again, whatever you want to say it as long as people can spell it.
Phonetically, it's rock. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But you are the other sports show on our network. I saw your segment at the Rock Podfest at the Record Archive, and I was very impressed. I can tell that you really know how to talk. I mean, just to be able to do a show by yourself, I think it requires talent.
Energy, too.
That not a lot of people really have in our business, if you want to call it that. But you have it. You can talk.
Yes. I'm actually not from Rochester originally. I'm from actually outside of Albany in Shore, New York.
Okay.
And you kind of develop a way that if you want to be heard, you have to speak fast and loud. So that way you can get your whole point across.
Right.
Before someone else interrupts you.
That's the New York City kind of style.
And I'm one of those guys who listens to a lot of radio. That I kind of yell out loud in my car when I'm listening to somebody make an
I do the same thing. I do the same exact thing when I'm listening to John DiTullio or Bob Matthews or. I mean, I love both of them, but some of the people that call in are just rough.
It bothers me actually when hosts or the people that call in actually just mess up simple things where
my God.
It's do I really want to wait on hold for 25 minutes just to tell that person they were wrong? Do I have that nothing else going on?
Well,
sometimes I don't, so I do.
That's where the whole now texting thing comes in. Where you could just send them a text, and they'll read it. They probably won't read it on the air, but they will read it. But I do find it funny. Bob Matthews is constantly complaining about mean people that text him.
Oh yeah,
like he's been having mean people call him for many years, but now he's having mean people text him, and he gets all hot and bothered by it, which is it's entertaining.
It's funny.
I could argue that Bob Matthews was very, very mean to me in person one time.
Oh, really?
What happened there?
Well, I mean, it wasn't like so much. I was told he doesn't really like people very much.
Yeah, we've heard that as well.
But what ended up happening is that I had a few times where I would be on hold and he would think that I was going to agree with him, and he would kind of have a bunch of people disagreeing with him, and then you'd be like, "Oh, Ryan, you know what you're talking about. What do you think?" I remember this thing.